controlled by the Razorbacks. Alvin Robertson into the front court. Spins and puts the shot up. No good, and the rebound comes down to Purdue. Razorbacks with pressure in the backcourt. Darrell Walker is on Ricky Hall. He's a 6'1 junior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hall moves to the right side of the floor. Razorbacks opening, of course, man-to-man defensively against the Boilermakers. Hall gives it deep in the corner now to Clausen. Clausen will come back outside. That is Jim Bullock, rather, giving to Clausen. Now it goes again to Ricky Hall, driving the baseline. Darrell Walker there for the Razorbacks. Bounce pass inside for Russell Cross. He'll go up for a shot, a whistle, a foul goes against Joe Klein of Arkansas. First foul against Joe, and the first team foul, of course, against the Razorbacks.
Yeah, all afternoon we're going to see Purdue trying to attack inside and pick on Joe Klein a little bit with Russell Cross. Cross is an excellent basketball player, an offensive threat. Klein's going to have to stay out of foul trouble today for the Hogs.
Cross goes to the free throw line, shooting just about 59% from the line. First shot is up and is no good. Still no score in the basketball game, just underway. Cross has another one coming. Cross looks the shot up. It is good, and the Boilermakers lead by a score of 1-0. Inbounds pass from John Snively to Leroy Sutton. He'll move it into the front court. Back outside to Robertson to Darrell Walker on the point. Purdue falling back in his own defense. Walker to Sutton on the right wing. Back to Walker to Snively. Razorbacks will work it on the perimeter. Walker driving the left side. Gives to Snively along the baseline. Back to Walker to Sutton. The Razorbacks will work it around to the right side of the floor. Here's Walker. He'll put a jumper up. It is no good. Rebound comes out to Russell Cross of Purdue. And Cross, who has been bothered by a back ailment, shows no sign of any injury here in the early going. Clausen with the basketball. Gives to Bullock, guarded by John Snively. Back to Clausen. He'll be picked up by Alvin Robertson. Razorbacks again man-to-man. Here is Clausen. A long shot is no good. Rebound comes off to Hall. He'll put a shot up, no good. Rebound Arkansas. Robertson down the floor. Feeds it off to Walker underneath. The ball knocked out of bounds, and Arkansas will control in the front court.
Well, once again, Purdue, Tom Clausen threw up such a bad shot. Hall was able to rebound and get a second shot. Alvin Robertson, a great job of coming back after Clausen had beaten him and coming back and knocking it away.
Snively gets it into Klein, and the big guy puts it off the glass good. Joe Klein has his first two of the ball game, first two for the Razorbacks. And Arkansas leads now by a score of 2-1. Pressure in the backcourt. Darrell Walker picking up Hall. Hall across the timeline. Gene Cady, of course, former Arkansas assistant, head coach of the Purdue Boilermakers. Eddie Sutton sitting with his team on the other end of the floor. Here's a lob pass underneath for Bullock. Can't get a shot away. Kicks it back out to Clausen. Top of the key. Clausen looks to the right side, finds a man, driving the baseline. A jumper put up by Rowinski. And Rowinski puts Purdue back on top by a score of 3-2. 17 minutes, 43 seconds to play, first half. From the Sun Dome in Tampa, Florida, campus of the University of South Florida. Pass from Walker to Robertson along the baseline. Alvin had a little trouble handling the basketball. Couldn't get a shot away. Klein to Robertson, driving for the bucket, puts the shot up. It is good. He's fouled. And Robertson will go to the line as the foul will go this time against Jim Rowinski.
Now, there's an example of Arkansas's quickness. One of the things that Arkansas wants to do is take advantage of its quickness this afternoon. The Razorbacks, when fully sharp and in full gear, are a half step quicker than Purdue. And that time, Alvin Robertson made an excellent move on the baseline, got the bucket, and was fouled by Rowinski.
Razorbacks lead by 1. Robertson puts the shot up, and Arkansas by 2 now. 5-3 with 17:25 to play. Razorbacks trapping in the backcourt. Pass ahead to Clausen, batted away by Robertson, picked up by Leroy Sutton. Off to Snively. He'll lay it off the glass good.
Not many teams press in the Big Ten, and Arkansas is putting on full court pressure. That's something the Boilermakers don't see very often.
Horn blows, and now Purdue will make a substitution as Clausen goes out of the ball game, and he will be replaced in the Purdue lineup by Steve Reed, 5'10", a sophomore out of Dodge City, Kansas. Well, now he's not coming into the ball game as the official had handed the ball apparently to the Purdue player and can't come in right now. In the backcourt, Hall. Picked up by Leroy Sutton. Sutton's going to back off now. Darrell Walker will pick him up as Hall crosses the timeline. 16:40 to play. First half, Arkansas leads it by 4, 7-3. Bullock with the basketball, gives to Clausen. Clausen looking to the high post, can't find anybody. Now goes to Bullock. Russell Cross way out on top of the key. to Clausen on the right wing. Back to Hall. Down low it goes. Cross. Turns. Puts it up good.
Well, he's tough to stop. He gets the ball about 5 feet away. Once he's inside the paint, you can't go up with him because that's what would get Joe Klein in foul trouble. And Joe is playing behind him. You almost have to front a guy like Cross.
Russell Cross listed at 6'10", 240. Razorbacks working into the front court. Flashing Hall trying to make a steal. And knocks the ball out of bounds, so Arkansas will get it right in front of the Purdue bench. Into the ball game now is Reed as Clausen goes to the Boilermaker bench. 7-5, Arkansas by 2. Walker to Snively on the right wing. Bounce pass low to Robertson. Can't get the shot to Snively. He'll take it from outside. Good. John Snively has 4 points in the ball game. It's 9-5. Razorbacks by 4. Reed brings it down the floor. Hit a jump shot with about 3 seconds left in the ball game Thursday night to enable Purdue to defeat Robert Morris by 2 points.
He also hit his first 6 shots in that game.
Here's Bullock driving the baseline. He'll slam it home as Joe Klein got screened away from the play, and Bullock went all the way. 9-7, 15 minutes, 27 seconds to play in the first half. Winner of this ball game advancing to Knoxville, Tennessee, for the second round of the NCAA tournament. Here's Leroy Sutton on the right wing. Back out to Snively. To Walker, who'll set it up on the point. Razorbacks will work it on the perimeter, looking inside all the time for Big Joe Klein. Walker down the left side of the lane. Snively in the corner. He'll put a shot up. No good. It's short. The rebound comes off to Reed. Down the floor in a hurry. Reed gives it ahead to Bullock. Back out to Reed. Underneath for the big guy, Russell Cross, and Cross slams it home. He's got 5 points in the ball game, and we're all tied at 9.
That time Klein did try and front him. It was too late, though. Joe was spinning as the pass was being made. You can't come around in the front once the pass is in the air.
Here's a pass inside to Klein. Turnaround jumper, rolls around, drops through good. Big Joe Klein used a little muscle himself inside and got the 2 points. That's 4 for Klein, and the Razorbacks lead it again, 11-9. Ricky Norton gets set to check in for the Razorbacks at the first opportunity. Top of the key, Bullock with the basketball. Gives it off to Ricky Hall to Reed at the top of the key. Likes to shoot from there. Bounce pass inside. Cross forces the shot. No good. Rebound Sutton. The outlet goes to Walker. Ahead for Alvin Robertson inside the lane. Lays it up and in. Alvin Robertson with a quick move inside. 5 for Robertson. It's 13-9 Arkansas. Reed down the floor. Robertson picks him up at the timeline. Reed driving inside the lane. Throws it out of bounds. Good pressure by Robertson. Forced Reed to throw that one out of bounds. Norton set to come in the ballgame now. 13:52 to play. There's a timeout with the score. Arkansas 13, Purdue 9, and we're back in 60 seconds.
Alvin Robertson off to a quick start for the Razorbacks, and the Hogs so far have been able to do it while fouling only once.
Ricky Norton has replaced John Snively in the Razorback lineup. Norton, of course, out of Oklahoma, 6'2", a junior.
And Purdue switched to a man-to-man defense.
Razorbacks bring it into the front court. Sutton gets it off to Robertson just inside the top of the key. Back to Norton. Darrell Walker bounce pass inside. Klein traveled with the basketball, trying to put the fake on Russell Cross and dragged the back foot, I believe. And the official spots the traveling violation against Joe Klein. Dale Kelly out of the Sun Belt Conference, Jim McDaniel out of the Southland Conference, and Jimmy Clark out of the Big Sky Conference officiate this ball game here this afternoon. 13 minutes, 25 seconds to play as Purdue moves into the front court, trailing Arkansas 13-9. Ricky Norton is guarding Reed. Bounce pass on the right side. It goes to Bullock. Bullock back outside now to Ricky Hall. Hall guarded by Darrell Walker. Hall started left, then came right. Walker slapped the ball away, but Hall recovered. In on the high post, it goes to Rowinski. Now back to Bullock to Reed. He'll take the long jumper. Good.
Boy, he's not the guy you want to leave open, and he used the screen that kept Ricky Norton out of the play. Reed is a dead-eye shooter.
13-11, Arkansas by 2. 12:50 to play first half. Norton into the front court. Works it at the point guard position. Left wing it goes to Sutton. Sutton to the top of the key. Right wing to Ricky Norton. Darrell Walker inside the lane. He'll put a shot up. No good. Rebound comes off to Purdue as Jim Rowinski goes up to pull it down. Rowinski gets it off to Hall, and Hall moves into the front court. There's a pass down low for Russell Cross. Can't get the shot away. Back out to Hall. He'll put up a long jumper. No good. The outlet Robertson to Darrell Walker, and Walker was blocked in the backcourt And it'll go against Ricky Hall.
We're seeing something offensively or defensively for both teams. It happened with Purdue on offense a second ago. Russell Cross, when he gets the ball inside, Klein's playing behind him now. Leroy Sutton drops off to help in front. Purdue's doing the same thing in Arkansas's offensive end. When Klein gets the ball, they've got Cross behind him, and Bullock or another defender comes over, or Rowinski helps out inside.
Norton moves it into the front court. Alvin Robertson inside the lane, puts the shot up, no good. Leroy Sutton has the rebound, lays it up and in. Leroy Sutton gets his first 2 points of the ball game, and Arkansas leads by 4 again at 15-11. Ricky Hall into the front court. Hall with a pass intended for Bullock. It was off Bullock's leg as Alvin Robertson flashed to make the steal.
Robertson knocked it off.
The basketball will belong to Arkansas.
Knocked it off of Bullock's knee very, very alertly. Alvin's got 3 steals already in the game. He's created all 3 2 steals. He's created 2 of 3 Purdue turnovers.
Walker gets the ball into Ricky Norton. 11 minutes, 50 seconds to play first half. Norton into the front court, stops 5 feet off the top of the key, gives on the right side to Sutton, back to Robertson, left side, it goes to Norton. Looking in for Klein, can't find the big guy, now does. Turnaround jumper from Klein is good. For Klein now is 6 points in the ball game, gives Arkansas a 6-point lead at 17-11. Gene Cady is up saying something to the official. And out of the ball game for Purdue goes Ricky Hall, and checking in now is Mark Gaddis. He's 6'1", a freshman out of Indianapolis. Gaddis gets the ball in. Again, Razorbacks pressure in the backcourt. Gaddis guarded by Darrell Walker as he comes across the timeline. Walker slaps at the ball, can't make the steal. Robertson now makes the steal and has the ball knocked out of bounds by Purdue. Arkansas will get it in the backcourt.
Tell you what, it probably should have been a foul, too. Alvin was grabbing it. That's what Eddie Sutton was up asking about. He was hit by 2 men after he knocked the ball loose. And had he not been fouled or held, he would have passed the ball to Darrell Walker for a dunk shot. Arkansas's defense really looks quick in the early going.
Walker on the right wing gets the pass down low to Robertson. He'll take the turnaround jumper. Good, and he is. The basket will count, and a charging foul against Alvin Robertson will be the call.
I don't know if they're going to call the basket. I don't think they're going to count the basket, Mike. No basket.
No basket, so the charge against Robertson, and the Razorbacks turn it over. Purdue gets it back. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to play first half. Mark Gaddis, the freshman in the backcourt, now across the timeline for Purdue. Gives off to Jim Bullock, who's way outside to help out. In the corner, it goes to Reed. He'll take the jumper, no good. Bullock has the rebound. Shot up, no good. Battle for the board, a whistle, and the foul is going to go, I believe, against Darrell Walker or Alvin Robertson. It's against Darrell Walker. So Walker picks up his first personal foul. Second team foul against the Razorbacks. And Purdue will put it in play along the baseline in the front court. Jim Bullock to trigger the inbound play for Purdue. Razorbacks set up defensively. Bullock gets it into Russell Cross. To Reed. 5 feet off the top of the key, guarded by Norton. Left side it goes to Gaddis. Gaddis looking inside, can't get it away. Walker is there finally. To Russell Cross underneath for Gaddis. He traveled with a basketball.
Boy, credit Darrell Walker. What a great recovery that time, Mike, because Gaddis had him just slightly beat by a step, but when Darrell got there, he so intimidated Gaddis that he traveled before he put the shot up.
17-11, a 6-point Arkansas lead with 10 minutes, 35 seconds to play, and the Razorbacks bring it down the floor. Ricky Norton, right side it goes to Leroy Sutton. Junior out of South Bend, Indiana. To Norton. Norton will pull up, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound, Leroy Sutton. A whistle away from the basketball. Joe Klein will be whistled for his second personal foul.
Number 35.
Third team foul, well, that's the fourth team foul they have against Arkansas. I have Klein for 2, Darrell Walker for 1. Who'd I miss, Rick?
Alvin Robertson got one, the offensive foul.
In the backcourt, Reed will try to bring it down against Ricky Norton. Norton makes the steal in the backcourt, and he's fouled.
Actually, Reed just fumbled the ball away. Ricky Norton picked it up, would have had a layup, and Reed very smartly fouled him before Norton could get away from him. It would have been an easy bucket for the Hogs.
Well, Arkansas will put it in play, again right in front of Gene Cady at the Purdue bench on the far side of the floor. Walker gets it into Alvin Robertson as Reed falls down. Robertson gets it back to Ricky Norton. Right side of the floor, it goes to Darrell Walker. Walker holds the ball high, top of the key to Sutton. Leroy Sutton goes to the right side, gives to Walker. Pass underneath for Robertson, puts it up and in. Great pass from Walker, and quick move by Robertson inside. Arkansas leads it 19-11. Here's Reed, again in the backcourt. Razorbacks will double team. Reed gets it ahead to Bullock. Razorbacks fall back. Again, man-to-man. Reed picked up by Norton. Way outside as Reed goes to the right side of the floor. Gives it the top of the key to Bullock. There's a pass underneath to Russell Cross. He'll put it up and in.
Boy, and the situation now is really tough inside defensively because Klein is helpless. He cannot pick up his third foul here in the next few minutes, and so he's almost helpless to defend once Cross gets the ball in front of him.
7 points for Cross in the ball game. Here's Klein on the offensive end as he comes out to help out to Robertson. Robertson at the top of the circle. Left side of the floor, it goes to Norton. Lob pass inside Klein. Klein moving on the basket, travels with the basketball.
Good thing they called him for walking because he knocked Cross down on his way in after he walked.
We're going to have a timeout now with 9 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the first half. Arkansas 19, Purdue 13. We're back in 60 seconds.
Anytime, tell a girl she's the greatest gal.
Kerry Kelly, spelling Leroy Sutton, and Joe Klein. And now Purdue couldn't get the ball inbounds, tried to call timeout, but 3 seconds had gone by, and you can't do that. You have 5 seconds to get it in, but once the count reaches 3, you can no longer call timeout, so the Boilermakers turn it over. Ricky Norton gets it in to Darrell Walker, top of the key. Bounce pass, left wing, it goes to Norton. He'll come back to the top of the key and set things up. Gives it off to Alvin Robertson. Left side, Norton holds the ball high. Darrell Walker just inside the top of the key. Pass inside for Kelly, batted away, picked up by Walker. Off to Norton now. There's Kerry Kelly on the right side. A whistle, and let's see. Arkansas wants a timeout. Walker almost lost it out of bounds. Saved in by Charles Valentine. To Walker, back out to Norton, now to Darrell Walker. Walker sets it up out high to Robertson at the top of the key. Looks in, can't find his man. Robertson started right. Spins inside the lane, now comes back outside. Purdue, man-to-man. Robertson pass underneath. Valentine driving for the bucket, has it blocked. And Purdue is on the move into the offensive end. Russell Cross, I believe, is the man that blocked the shot. And Purdue gets it back. Hall with the basketball. Off to Bullock. Out of Steve Reed, guarded by Norton. Pass down low to Hall. Back to Reed. He'll take the long jumper. He likes that shot. Good. Reed has 4.
Arkansas gambling a little bit on defense, and that's fine because the Razorbacks need to get a few transition baskets, but you can't gamble away from Reed. You cannot let him get the ball on the perimeter because of the gamble.
19 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Robertson fell down on the floor, but maintained the dribble and got the pass off to Walker. Back to Robertson on the high post. Alvin will take the jumper. Good. Alvin Robertson. It's from 18 feet. Robertson now with 9 points in the ball game. It's 21-15. Arkansas by 6. Razorbacks double teaming Reed in the backcourt. He'll get it ahead now. New man in the lineup for Purdue. Pass underneath, and that is Russell Cross that gets the 2 points. Not Cross, I'm sorry, Bullock. Jim Bullock gets the 2 points. He has 4 for Purdue. It's 21-17. Exactly 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Robertson, left side of the lane, goes to the baseline, driving in, puts the shot up, no good. A whistle, a foul, and it's going to go against Ricky Hall, and that's number 2 on Hall in the ball game. And the 4th team foul against the Boilermakers of Purdue, but Alvin Robertson is going to go to the line for the Razorbacks.
Well, we've seen some physical play here in the NCAA, and they will let you play a little bit more physically in the NCAA tournament, so not that many fouls called yet in the ball game. Alvin that time a nice move, and actually was hit for 2 men, and the foul was called on Hall.
Alvin has 2 shots coming. First one is up, it's good. He's 2 out of 2 from the line, has 10 points in the ball game now. Robertson shooting 67% from the free throw line this year. Second shot is up, it is also good, and Robertson now with 11 points, and the Razorbacks lead at 23-17. Down court quickly, Purdue, Reed, bounce pass Bullock, he'll put it up off the glass, good.
Well, we're surprised because it's Purdue that is against Arkansas's full-court pressure is hurrying up the tempo of this basketball game. They're flying down the floor and trying to get a quick shot before Arkansas can set up its half-court defense.
Darrell Walker walks it into the front court, gives off to Alvin Robertson, back to Walker. Robertson flashing through the lane, as is Valentine. Walker traveled with the basketball as he started his drive down the left side of the lane. Willie Cutts, the freshman out of Bryant, replaces Ricky Norton in the lineup now, and Leroy Sutton is in the ball game, replacing Charles Valentine. So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Razorbacks will have Sutton, Walker, Cutts, Robertson, and Klein in the game.
Played 13 and a half minutes. Darrell Walker hadn't scored. That's not a healthy sign. He only scored 5 points against TCU, and he's got to be more into Arkansas's offense.
All the Bullock. Down low it goes to Russell Cross. Turnaround jumper is good. Cross now with 9 points in the ball game. It's 23-21. The Boilermakers have pulled to within 2 points of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Exactly 6 minutes to play now in the first half. Willie Cutts. Left side it goes to Walker. Back to Alvin Robertson. Lost his dribble for a moment, picked it up, and then traveled with the basketball.
5 turnovers against the Razorbacks, and the last 3 have come here awfully quickly. Purdue taking advantage, back within 2.
Purdue will put it inbound. Greg Ebert, 6'7" junior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. In there for Purdue. He replaced Jim Rowinski in the Boilermaker lineup. This is Bullock on the far side. Left side of the lane. Back outside it comes to Ebert. Guarded by Leroy Sutton. Left side to Reed. The ball inside to Bullock. Slapped away by Willie Cutts. And Cutts got his hand on Bullock, so Willie picks up his first personal of the ball game and the 15th foul against the Razorbacks.
Purdue is strictly a muscle team. If they're allowed to get the ball inside, it's going to be awfully tough for Arkansas to stop them. Hog's going to have to front those passes and prohibit the passing inside of Purdue.
Reed with the basketball. Baseline, right side. There's a lob pass inside the cross. Turnaround jumper is no good. A battle for the board, and Arkansas lost it out of bounds. Joe Klein, Darrell Walker, Willie Cutts all under the boards. The only 3 players under the boards, and lost it out of bounds. So Purdue will put it in play. A pass intended for Russell Cross is over his head. And Arkansas will get the basketball, and Gene Cady a little bit upset with his players on the inbounds pass.
That's a break. That's the 8th turnover by Purdue, and turnovers really hurt the Boilermakers because they're killing Arkansas on the boards right now, 9-4, and the Razorbacks really struggling on the backboard.
Alvin Robertson will put it in play for the Razorbacks to Darrell Walker, and Walker will bring it down. Off to Willie Cutts now, and Cutts will bring it across the timeline. 5:15 to play first half. Arkansas by 2, 23-21. Left wing it goes to Leroy Sutton. Back out on top to Willie Cutts. Driving in the lane, gives it off to Darrell Walker. Walker trying to jump inside the lane. A whistle, a foul. And the foul is going to go, I believe, against Bullock. No, it's against Steve Reed, and that's his first personal and the 15th foul against Purdue, but we'll send Darrell Walker to the line for the Razorbacks, and Walker has not scored in the ball game this afternoon. He'll have a pair coming here. First shot is up. It is no good. Off the front of the iron. Darrell Walker averaging 18.1 points per ball game. Had only 5 in the Razorbacks' last ball game against TCU, and has not scored here this afternoon. Senior out of Chicago has a chance to break the ice here. Shot is up, brings in and out, no good. The rebound comes off to Purdue. Purdue in the backcourt. Alvin Robertson very nearly took it away from Russell Cross, but he got it back and gives it back to Hall, and Hall will bring it across the timeline. Back into the ballgame now is Kurt Clausen for Purdue. He replaced Steve Reed. Hall in the corner to Clausen. Pass underneath, intended for Russell Cross. Knocked out of bounds, and Arkansas will get it in the backcourt. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half of the ball game. Razorbacks leading by a score of 23-21. Razorbacks' biggest lead has been 8 in the first half. Cutts into Sutton and back to Willie Cutts, and he'll bring it down. Purdue still in that man-to-man defense. Cutts on the left wing to Alvin Robertson. Looks under for Klein. Can't find him. Robertson back outside. Gives to Cutts. Coming around from the right side. In the corner goes to Leroy Sutton. Back outside, Walker just inside the top of the key. Walker starts right, stops, shoots, good. Darrell Walker has his first 2 points of the ball game. And Arkansas leads it now by 4, 25-21. Exactly 4 minutes to play in the first half. Ricky Hall to Bullock. Left side it goes to Mark Gaddis. The ball batted away by Arkansas. Walker saves it in, picked up by Alvin Robertson. On the run, Robertson moves inside, puts the shot up, no good, and the rebound to Purdue. Russell Cross gets it out to Gaddis. Ahead it goes to Greg Eifert. He'll pull it up in the corner. Gives it back to Gaddis on the right wing. Cross-court pass to Hall. Looking for Eifert on the high post. Hall with the basketball. Klein and Russell Cross are having a war inside. Gaddis spinning away from Cutts. Gets it back outside to Eifert. Darrell Walker guarding Hall. There's a bounce pass down low. Bullock, turnaround jumper, no good. Walker with a rebound, and Darrell is on the run. Down the left side, stops. He'll pull it up off the glass. Good. Walker now with 4 points, and it's a 27-21 Razorback lead. 6-point advantage, exactly 3 minutes to play as Purdue brings it across the timeline. Bullock with the basketball, off to Hall. At midcourt. Pass goes down to Bullock. He'll pull up 8 feet short, puts the shot up no good. Cross has the rebound, throws it up off balance. A whistle and a foul will go against Willie Cutts of Arkansas.
Oh, Willie Cutts did all he could, Mike. He was rather outmanned underneath. Arkansas had gambled on the perimeter and left Willie Cutts back there with Russell Cross, and Willie did all he could. He had the foul there. Russell Cross would have had an easy rebound basket.
Willie Cutts goes out of the ballgame now, and Ricky Norton back in for the Razorbacks. As Russell Cross gets set to step to the line for Purdue. And now another substitution for Purdue as Bullock goes out of the ballgame. And checking in is Dan Palambizio.
Palambizio.
I knew that.
I had to ask that one.
And I looked at it. Palambizio. Cross at the free throw line. First shot is up. It is no good. Comes off the back of the iron. He is now 1 out of 3 from the charity stripe. He has 9 points in the ballgame. Looking for his 10th point here. Second shot is up. It is no good. The rebound comes off to Purdue, and Eifert goes back up with it, no good. Cross has the rebound, puts it back up and in. 11 points for Russell Cross. It's 27-23. Ricky Norton will bring it across the timeline for the Razorbacks with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Arkansas 27 and Purdue 23.
And Eddie Sutton wants Purdue out of the zone. He's going to spread it.
Razorbacks pull it out now as Purdue has fallen back in the zone. Now they're going to match up man-to-man, and the Boilermakers come out man-to-man. Pass on the left side to Robertson. Looks in for Klein. Can't get it to him. To Sutton. To Ricky Norton. Back to Alvin Robertson. At the free throw line, Robertson puts the jumper up. Rolls around. Good. Alvin Robertson. 13 points in the first half for Robertson. It's 29-23. Arkansas by 6. Steve Reed working against Ricky Norton. In the backcourt, Reed brings it across the timeline. Gives to Gaddis, the freshman, guarded by Walker. To Eifert, coming out to help out. Robertson trying to make the steal, and now Walker does make the steal. He'll go all the way. Darrell Walker slams it home, and Walker has 6.
Been a while since Darrell's done that. He said before the game he sure wanted to get a steal and a dunk, and he got his first dunk in about 3 games.
Down court quickly comes Purdue. Russell Cross is fouled by Ricky Norton. That'll be the first personal on Norton and the 16th foul, I believe, against the Razorbacks.
We got the scoreboard wrong, and Eddie Sutton wants to get that corrected. It's 31-23, and now they've got it correct. Well, just a minute ago, Mike, again, the importance of the offensive boards for Purdue, defensive boards for Arkansas. The Razorbacks with a 6-point lead. Cross misses 2 free throws. The Hogs a chance to get the ball and go up by 8. Instead, Purdue gets the rebound and puts it back in. That one really hurt. And then Darrell Walker made up for it with the steal and he got the dunk shot to put the Hogs up by 8.
The foul, incidentally, by Norton was a 7th-team foul rather than the 6th. Russell Cross at the free throw line, 1-and-1 situation. First shot is up, it's no good. Rebound comes out to Alvin Robertson. He'll run it into the front court, off to Norton. Robert Kitchen gets set to check into the ball game for the Razorbacks. Darrell Bedford is in there now, the freshman out of Smyrna, Georgia, replacing Joe Klein. This is Leroy Sutton. Back out to Ricky Norton. Norton drives in on the free throw line. Shot no good. Rebound, Darrell Walker. He goes back up and in.
Darrell's really turning it on. He has turned this game around. Darrell has really turned it on.
A 10-point Razorback lead at 33-23. 50 seconds to play in the first half. Eifert with the basketball. Dogged by Robertson. Eifert goes to the baseline right side. Back outside it comes to Russell Cross. He'll give it away to Steve Reed. 40 seconds to play. First half. Reed against Norton, drives inside the lane, a whistle, a foul, and let's see who it will go against.
You can call Leroy Sutton. I didn't know who they'd call the foul on because he just went barreling in there, and it looked almost like a dive, but they say Sutton tripped him. That's unfortunate. Reed's a terrific shooter, and he's going to be at the line for the 1-and-1.
Reed will go to the free throw line where he is shooting 83% or 82%. Russell Cross is out of the ballgame now for Purdue, and Joe Gepter is in there, 7-foot sophomore from Cincinnati. At the line, Steve Reed for the Boilermakers. Reed has 4 points in the ballgame. Sophomore out of Dodge City, Kansas. Shot is up, it's good.
Some shooters have a confident look about him, and this guy's one of them. He goes to the line, he just looks like he's going to make it.
36 seconds to play first half, 33-24, Arkansas by 9. Reed gets set. Second shot is up. It, too, is good. Reed now with 6 points. It's 33-25. Robert Kitchen is in the Arkansas lineup now, replacing Ricky Norton. So the Razorbacks have Robert Kitchen, Darrell Walker, Leroy Sutton, Alvin Robertson, and Darrell Bedford in the ball game. 20 seconds to play in the first half. Bedford inside, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound comes off to Gaddis. Down the floor is Purdue. Reed with the basketball. 10 seconds to play. Spinning, puts the shot up. No good. Alvin Robertson. He's going to have to hurry. 4 seconds to Walker. Stop short. Puts the shot up. He's fouled.
Well, a big play, Mike, because just a second ago, the shot by Darrell Bedford, that was a freshman mistake. Arkansas didn't want to shoot the ball at that point of the game. They wanted to hold it for one shot. But then Reed went down and missed his shot. Alvin Robertson got it down quickly to Darrell Walker, who's going to get a chance to hit a couple free throws.
Robert Brannon checks into the ball game now for the Razorbacks, replacing Darrell Bedford. 1 second to play, and Darrell Walker will be at the free throw line for the Razorbacks to shoot a pair. He is 0 for 2 from the line, has 8 points. First shot is up, bounds around, comes out no good. 0 for 3 for Darrell Walker. He's having a tough time at the line. Walker could give the Razorbacks a 9-point lead at halftime if he can hit this next shot. Senior is set, puts the ball up, it rolls around, comes off no good. Rebound to Purdue, and they'll leave it the length of the floor. It is no good. Walker 0 for 4 from the free throw line in the first half, and the first 20 minutes of basketball is history at the NCAA Mid-East Regional. The Arkansas Razorbacks leading the Boilermakers up Purdue by 8 points, 33-25. We're back with our halftime in 60 seconds. Later, Ricky Hall now to the big guy comes out to help out. Bounce pass inside to Clausen. He'll kick it back outside. Shot put up and in by Ricky Hall as he gunned it down from the perimeter. That's his first 2 points of the ball game. And it's 33-27. Now come the Razorbacks. Darrell Walker in control of the basketball. Spins inside the lane. Bounce pass to John Snively. To Alvin Robertson. Robertson will take the running jumper. It is no good. Klein has the rebound. Goes back up and in. Good move. Power move inside by Joe Klein. He's got 8 points in the ball game. It's 35-27. And the Arkansas lead once again is 8 points. Ricky Hall in the backcourt across the timeline, picked up by Walker. Russell Cross on the left side. Joe Klein there for the Razorbacks. Off to Bullock, picked up by Snively. Baseline it goes to Clausen. Robertson is there for Arkansas. Cross-court pass. It goes to Hall. Pass inside for the big guy. Bounce pass now goes to Jim Rowinski. Rowinski puts it up in, and he's going to be fouled. And the foul, I believe, is going to go against Alvin Robertson of Arkansas.
Well, Purdue that time did a great job of getting the ball inside. Once Russell Cross gets the ball inside, he's going to be tough because if he doesn't go up for a shot, somebody's going to be open. Arkansas is swarming him inside, and that time he found Rowinski, who got the basket and drew the foul.
Rowinski goes to the free throw line with a chance at the three-point play. Shot is no good. Rebound comes off to Russell Cross, and he slams it home. 13 points for Cross. It's 35-31. A 4-point Arkansas lead. The Boilermakers have cut the Razorback advantage in half here in the early part of the second half. Darrell Walker spinning inside the lane, had the ball knocked away, picked it up, put it back up and in. Darrell Walker got the good bounce off the back of the iron, and Walker has 10 points. It's 37-31. Inbounds pass to Ricky Hall. He'll bring it down court in a hurry against Darrell Walker. Rolls up, sets it up on the left wing. Pass stolen away by Alvin Robertson. He'll go in for the slam. Robertson goes up and puts it in. It's 39-31.
Well, that was Purdue. Didn't even know where that pass was going, and Alvin Robertson kind of tipped it away, and everybody stopped and watched him go down and dunk it.
15 points for Robertson in the ball game. Arkansas's lead is 8 once again. Hall gives down low to Russell Cross, guarded by Joe Klein. Back on it comes to Rowinski. Left side of the lane. Shot put up by Bullock. Running jumper is no good. The ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Boilermakers, and Arkansas will get it in the backcourt. Clausen goes to the bench for Purdue. He is replaced again by Steve Reed. Reed, a great outside shooter, had 4 points in the first half. Here's Walker. Pulls up on the left wing to Snively in the corner. Down low, Klein. Turnaround jumper is good. Joe Klein.
Klein's bullseye all 5 shots he's put up.
10 points for Klein in the ball game. Arkansas's lead is 10 at 41-31. Purdue having trouble and finally getting it across the timeline with a long pass to Bullock to Reed. Down low, Rowinski puts it up off the glass good. Once they got it across the timeline, Purdue had very little trouble with the Arkansas pressure. 17:08 to play in the ball game. 41-33. An 8-point Arkansas lead as Darrell Walker brings it slowly across the timeline and heads for the left side of the floor. Back on top of the key to Leroy Sutton. Right wing it goes to Alvin Robertson. Inside the lane, Robertson fakes, puts the shot up, in and out, no good. Rowinski with the rebound. The outlet pass goes down to Ricky Hall, and he'll bring it into the front court. 16:45 to play. Darrell Walker with another steal. Walker into the front court, gets it ahead to Sutton, and now they're going to call an offensive foul, I believe, against Darrell Walker. We got some players on the floor. I think they're going to call it against Walker.
They're calling it against Walker, and great quickness displayed there by Ricky Hall. Boy, for him to get set up back there and take the charge against Darrell Walker was a heck of a play. Walker had just passed the ball off to Sutton, who would have gotten a layup, but instead the charge was called. Hall knocked to the floor, hit his head, and now the Purdue trainer is going to look him over and see if he's all right.
16 minutes, 39 seconds to play in the ball game. Arkansas leads it by 8 at 41-33, and they're still checking Ricky Hall, 6'1" junior guard out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hall averaging 6.4 points per ball game for the Boilermakers. He is sitting up now and being helped up, and they apparently are going to help Ricky Hall off the floor, and he is staggering a little bit.
He took a heck of a spill. Again, that was a tough charge to take. How he got back there quick enough to set up in front of Darrell Walker is beyond me, because we all know how quick Darrell Walker is.
Well, let's see who Gene Cady puts in the ball game to replace Hall. They're taking him to the end of the Purdue bench, where he will sit down, and again, Gene Cady looking to put somebody in the ball game. As soon as he makes his decision, the Boilermakers will put it in play. It's going to be Greg Eifert, the 6'7" junior forward from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Greg Eifert in the ball game.
So Eifert into the ball game now as Ricky Hall is tended to by the Purdue trainers, and Bullock puts it in to Steve Reed, and Reed will bring it into the front court. Darrell Walker guards him. Bounce pass down low to the big guy. Cross gets it inside. Shot put up and in by Bullock. 8 points in the ball game for Bullock. It's 41-35, a 6-point Arkansas lead. Darrell Walker into the front court. Ricky Norton up to the scorer's table. Will check in at the next opportunity. Here's Walker off the glass. Shot no good. Rebound by who? It's going to go against Joe Klein. Klein will pick up his third personal foul.
Foul number 35, Joe Klein.
And the 13th foul against the Razorbacks here in the second half. Snively out of the ball game now, and Ricky Norton in for the Razorbacks. Purdue puts the ball in play. Steve Reed will bring it down the floor. Norton picks him up at the timeline. 16:05 to play. 41-35, 6-point Arkansas advantage. Rowinski has the ball stolen by Robertson down the floor. Robertson will slam it home. Robertson is having a whale of a ball game. 17 points for the junior out of Barberton, Ohio. And Arkansas leads it 43-35.
And that was a really big play because Arkansas had built its lead to 10 and then had gone a little stagnant while Purdue had cut it to 6 and had the basketball. Alvin Flash made the steal, 14th turnover against the Boilermakers.
Reed in the backcourt, guarded by Norton. Robertson over to help out. Double team now, and Sutton almost made the steal. Rowinski gets it to Bullock. He'll put it up and in.
Say one thing, when Purdue breaks the press, they set up quickly, and they rarely miss. Bullock hit about an 8-footer on the baseline.
Bullock averaging 7.2 points per ball game. Now has 10 in this one. It's 43-37, a 6-point Arkansas lead. Leroy Sutton to Norton. Down low it goes to Walker. Spinning on the baseline. Can't get the shot away. Kicks it back outside to Ricky Norton. So Leroy Sutton looking in. Can't find anybody. Back to Walker. Walker guarded by Eifert. The ball slapped away. Saved in by Purdue. Long down court pass to Bullock, and Bullock is fouled from behind by Ricky Norton.
No foul, Mike. He did a great job of slapping that ball off Bullock, and Purdue will get the basketball, but Norton did a terrific job of avoiding a layup.
I thought they called a foul, but apparently not, and Purdue will get the ball on the baseline. Well, the Purdue partisans don't like the call. Bounce pass inside to the big guy, Russell Cross, spinning on Klein, puts it up and in. Cross now with 15 points. It's 43-39, a 4-point Arkansas lead.
Arkansas is going to have to get some inside help for Joe Klein. If he's going to play behind Russell Cross, there's no way he can stop him.
Pass inside for Walker. Gets it back out to Sutton, now to Robertson. He'll take the shot, no good. Klein with the rebound, puts it back up and in. Klein now with 12 points. 45-39. Again, a 6-point Arkansas advantage. Eifert will bring it across the timeline. Picked up by Robertson. Off it goes to Steve Reed. Reed driving down the lane. Running jumper is in and out. No good. Tipped up by it. Will not count. That's offensive basket interference. Arkansas will get the ball.
Well, again, Arkansas overplayed, and Reed just went in there all by himself. The ball was spinning around, and Purdue tipped it while it was still on the cylinder.
14 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the ball game. There's a timeout on the floor with the score. Arkansas 45, Purdue 39. We're back in 60 seconds.
Mastery caught the pass.
12 points for Walker. It's again a 6-point Arkansas lead. Leroy Sutton flashing to make the steal. Knocks the ball out of bounds. Purdue will have it at midcourt. 47-41. 13:24 to play. Eifert will put it in play for Purdue. Gets it in to Steve Reed in the backcourt. Reed is picked up by Ricky Norton. Goes to the right side of the floor. Reed still passing the basketball across the top of the key from right to left. Pulls up on the left wing. Bounce pass high post to Cross. Cross gets it underneath to Rowinski. Turnaround jumper is good. Rowinski has 8 points in the ball game. It's 47-43. A 4-point Arkansas lead. Norton walks it into the front court. To Walker on the left side. Walker inside the lane. Kicks it back out to Norton. To Walker, left side of the key to Robertson. Norton at the free throw line. Walker. Darrell can't get the shot. Finds Robertson underneath. His shot is blocked by Bullock. Robertson has the rebound. Driving for the basket. He's going to be fouled by Bullock. That's the first personal foul against the Boilermakers of Purdue in the second half of this ballgame.
I'll say one thing for Alvin. He got his shot blocked, but he went right back after it offensively. Got the rebound and took it to the basket and was fouled before he could get there.
47-43. Arkansas is led by as many as 10 in the ballgame. Norton gets the ball into Darrell Walker, and Walker is going to be fouled by Eifert. That'll be the first personal on Eifert. And the second team foul against Purdue.
Second.
Again, Arkansas will inbound the basketball. Norton gets it into Darrell Walker. 12:34 to play. Walker breaking for the baseline, travel with the basketball, and the Razorbacks turn it over. 12:32 to play in the ball game, and Purdue has the basketball back with a chance to cut the Arkansas lead to 2. Steve Reed into the front court. Pulls up, goes to the top of the key, now backs away as Norton is there for the Razorbacks. Top of the key, Efert, left side it goes to Bullock inside the lane. Short jumper is good. Bullock has 12. It's 47-45, a 2-point Arkansas lead. Ricky Norton into the front court. So Leroy Sutton on the right wing, back to Robertson. Robertson driving the right side of the lane, baseline. Robertson kicks it back out to Walker. He had the ball stripped, the whistle, and let's see. A 3-second lane violation against the Razorbacks. Arkansas turns it over, and Purdue gets the ball back.
That's a 10th turnover against the Razorbacks, who had only 5 at intermission. So Purdue's starting to make things happen. They've got a chance to tie the game for the first time since very, very early.
11:55 to play in the ball game, and Purdue has seized the momentum at this point in the ball game, trailing Arkansas 47-45. Reed in the backcourt against Ricky Norton. Spins into the front court. Willie Cutts gets set to check into the ball game for Arkansas. As Reed bounces the basketball. High post to Russell Cross. Lost it away, but Reed picked it up. 11:35 to play. Norton. Bounce pass right side to Efert. Back to Russell Cross, who's way outside against Klein. To Reed on the baseline. His shot blocked from behind by Robertson. Picked up by Alvin Robertson on the run. Robertson inside the lane. Shot is up. He is blocked, and a foul is going to be called against Russell Cross of Purdue, and Gene Cady is hot. That's only the first personal foul against Russell Cross, and will send Alvin Robertson to the line for Arkansas.
I'll tell you, Alvin started his leap at the foul line. He really started a little bit too early, and Cross banged Alvin as he also slapped the ball away. You're right, Russell Cross is a guy that rarely gets in foul trouble. He's going to be in there the duration of the ball game. You can bet on that. The Hogs are going to have to find a way to keep it out of his hands because he's 7 and 9 from the floor. This is Arkansas's first opportunity at the foul line in the second half.
Russell Cross is fouled out of only one ball game of 29 for the Purdue Boilermakers. Robertson at the line. First shot is up. It is good. Alvin Robertson has had some ball game. 18 points for Robertson. Arkansas leads by 3 again at 48-45, 11-18 to play. Second shot is up. It's no good. Rebound off to Willie Cutts. And Cutts gets it back outside to Robertson. He'll hand it away to Cutts. Left wing it goes to Robertson. To Walker, rather. Back to Sutton. Down low, Robertson underneath. Walker spinning on the basket. Puts the shot up. He traveled with the ball or stepped on the line. 1 of the 2, and Arkansas turns it over again, and Efert will inbound it for the Boilermakers. Gets it into Bullock. In the backcourt, Bullock dribbling the basketball. Darrell Walker there for the Razorbacks. Robertson comes out to help on the double team. Ahead to Steve Reed. Reed passing through the lane to Efert. Back to Reed underneath. Rowinski puts it up and in. Rowinski beat his man underneath and got an easy 2. 10 points in the ball game for Rowinski, and Arkansas's lead is 1 point at 48-47 with 10 minutes, 38 seconds to play. Cutts to Darrell Walker. To Willie Cutts at the top of the key. Robertson on the right wing. Drives to the baseline, a whistle, a foul. It's going to go against Leroy Sutton of Arkansas away from the basketball. That is number 3 on Sutton, 4th team foul, 5th team foul against the Razorbacks in the second half. So Arkansas turns it over, and Purdue gets the basketball with a chance to take the lead. This time down the floor. Reed with the basketball. 10:25 to play. 48-47. Arkansas by 1. Wade guarded by Cutts. Gives to Bullock, top of the key. There's a pass stolen by Robertson. Alvin Robertson will go all the way, puts the shot up. No good, and an offensive foul, a charging foul will go against Alvin Robertson. And that'll be 3 on Robertson.
That one hurt. Alvin that time maybe should have held up the break, but once he got started, very difficult to say that a man was set that time. Alvin gets here with the offensive foul after making yet another steal. So now Robertson, Klein, and Sutton are all playing with 3 fouls.
Inbounds pass to Bullock, now to Reed, picked up by Willie Cutts. 10:05 to play in the ball game. Arkansas by 1 at 48-47. Reed driving the baseline, a whistle, and let's see.
Well, I tell you, Mike, they're starting to call it close on Arkansas's guard play. Willie Cutts going to pick up the foul, I believe, and that's going to put Purdue in the bonus, the 1-and-1 situation, so the Boilermakers are going to be at the line for the 1-and-1 the last half of the second half.
Exactly 10 minutes to play in this one, and Arkansas leads 48-47, and the best free throw shooter on the Purdue ball club, Steve Reed, will go to the line. He is 2 for 2 from the free throw line in this ball game this afternoon. He has 6 points. He could give Purdue the lead if he can hit both of the 1-and-1. Here's a sophomore out of Dodge City, Kansas. First shot is up. It's good. This game tied now at 48.
First time the game's been tied all night. Purdue's last lead was 3-2.
Reed stands at the line. We mentioned 82% free throw shooter, averaging 12.1 points per ball game. Second shot is up and it's good, and he plays off the bench most of the time. Purdue leads it by a point at 49-48, and the Razorbacks come down the floor. Robertson, that's pass low to Klein, can't get it away. Back to Robertson along the baseline. Alvin looks to get inside and can't. To Willie Cutts. Drives in on the high post, gives it off to Sutton, back to Cutts. Left wing it goes to Darrell Walker, looks for Robertson, has him on the free throw line. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, comes off to Rowinski. He'll get the outlet to Reed. Down the floor, Reed, pass inside. Ethan lays it up and in. Greg Eifert got the easy 2, and Purdue leads it by 3 at 51-48 with 9:15 to play in the ball game. Cutts down the floor to Sutton, driving in the lane, puts the shot up, no good. A whistle, a foul. It'll be on Leroy Sutton of Arkansas.
Mike, Arkansas really has hit a bad streak here. Eddie Sutton gets up. He needs a timeout, I think. I don't know if he's going to call one. But that's the 4th foul against Leroy Sutton, the 14th turnover of the ball game against the Razorbacks. The Hogs need to regroup. They're trying to get started too quickly offensively. My gosh, Reed's the guy that he fouled. Reed's going to be at the line for the 1-and-1 Arkansas, trying to make too many things happen at once. And I'll say this, Mike, the Razorbacks going to have to make some defensive adjustments. They're playing so hard to get a steal that they're giving up too much inside, and Purdue's had a lot of easy shots here in the course of its run at the Hogs.
Reed at the line. First shot is up. It is good. He's 5 out of 5 from the free throw line. Has 9 points in the ball game. And a chance now to put Purdue up by 5. 52-48. Boilermakers leading the Razorbacks with 9:09 to play. Reed's second shot is up. It is good. And now there's a timeout on the floor with 9 minutes, 9 seconds to play in the basketball game. Arkansas trails the Purdue Boilermakers 53-48. And we're back. And Arkansas will get it under the offensive bucket.
All right, it's a big play, and the Razorbacks do, again, Mike, need to get something going offensively. They've been stagnant offensively, and it's allowed Purdue to take the lead. The Razorbacks need to get something going against this Purdue man, and now they're still in a man defense.
Walker on the left wing. He'll take the jumper. It is no good. A whistle, a foul, and the foul is going to go on Eifert. Walker will go to the line to shoot up there. Eifert picked up his 3rd personal and the 15th foul against Purdue to Darrell Walker. Back to the free throw line for Arkansas. He'll shoot a pair. He is 0 for 4 from the free throw line in this ball game. He could pull the Razorbacks to within 3. First shot is up, rolls around, comes off, no good. 0 for 5 for Walker.
Well, Mike, there's just no explaining this. Darrell's worked on his free throws overtime all week. This is where your seniors got to go to the line. Still the momentum. Purdue's got all the momentum. You can get it back at the foul line. Darrell needs to hit this one.
Steve Reed is out of the ball game. Gaddis is back in. Walker puts the shot up. It's good. Darrell Walker, 1 out of 6. He has 13 points in the game. It's 53-49 at 4 points. Purdue leads. Greg Eifert is out of the ball game and in for Purdue now. It's Palambizio. Palambizio gets it ahead to Bullock, down across at the baseline. Back outside to Gaddis. Razorbacks still man-to-man against the Boilermakers. Bullock is out to help out. Alan Buzio on the right side. Cross court it goes to Bullock. Leroy Sutton cut him off to Palambuzio. Back to Gaddis. Purdue working the ball very patiently and very well offensively. Gaddis with a pass to Cross underneath. Lewinsky had it stolen away by Walker. Great defensive play by Darrell Walker down the floor. Walker fakes, puts the shot up, no good. Whistle and no whistle. Walker gets it back, puts it up and in.
Phenomenal play. That's a phenomenal play, and that's the play that Walker needs to make for the Razorbacks. I don't know how he got the rebound. He twisted through two men to make the rebound basket.
15 points for Darrell Walker, 53-51. Razorbacks trail by a pair. And now Gaddis traveled with the basketball as Alvin Robertson really put the pressure on.
Defense has made things happen, Mike. Darrell Walker just saved a layup. Well, we'll tell you about it after this timeout.
Purdue wants a timeout with 6:52 to play in the ballgame. It is Purdue 53, Arkansas 51, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Delta Lumber is proud to feature do-it-yourself vinyl floors from the first name in floors, Congolium. With high-quality Congolium seamless vinyl flooring, you can have a gorgeous no-wax floor that's easy to put down, easy to care for, and easy.
A streaky ball club at times offensively during the year, and now would be a good time to get another one of those 8 or 10-point streaks going as Purdue leads it by a score of 53-51, but the Hogs will put it in play, and Norton will get it into Robertson. Alvin Robertson will walk it across the timeline for Arkansas and give it back to Ricky Norton. Purdue has gone back into his zone, and now Eddie Sutton wants to pull him out of it, or does he? No.
Can't. He's behind. Purdue wouldn't have to come out.
Robertson on the right wing. Back to Norton to Robertson. Ricky Norton. Leroy Sutton on the left wing. Back to Norton to Klein on the high post. Moves on the basket. Stops. Shoots. Does not get the roll. Tipped up and in by Robertson. Alvin Robertson. What a big play. 20 points for Robertson, and we're tied at 53. 6:15 to play in the ballgame. Steve Reed to Ricky Norton. There's another steal by Robertson. He'll go down all alone and slams it home. Alvin Robertson. 22 points. Arkansas leads 55-53. Steve Reed guarded by Norton. 5:55 to play. Reed in the front court. Underneath, Russell Cross has it. Lays it up off the glass good. Cross made a good spinning move inside. And Cross has 17, and we're tied again at 55.
There again, Mike, the Razorbacks gambling, and they're successful. They're getting some baskets before once Purdue's able to make a pass, they're getting some easy shots inside.
Once they beat the Arkansas pressure across the timeline, and Purdue has things pretty much its way. Here's Norton at the top of the key to Klein. Bounce pass low to Walker. He spins, puts it off the glass. Good. Darrell Walker with 17 points at 57-55. Arkansas by 2. Steve Reed brings it down against Ricky Norton. Reed across the timeline. Left side it goes to Russell Cross, who's way outside to help out. Lewinsky posting down low. Reed along the baseline. Into Cross. Turnaround jumper is good.
Boy, he's tough. He is 9 out of 11, and once he gets it, he's tough to stop.
19 points for Russell Cross, and we're tied again at 57. With 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the ballgame. Ricky Norton walks it to the top of the key. Right wing it goes to Sutton. Back to Norton. Looking for Klein inside. Can't get it to him. To Sutton. Back to Norton. He'll try the left side of the floor. Top of the key. Sutton. Right wing. Alvin Robertson. To Norton. Back to Robertson. Norton now from the top of the key. Good! Ricky Norton takes a long shot from the top of the key. And now Arkansas wants a timeout. That's the first 2 points of the ball game for Norton, and Arkansas wants a time with 4 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the ball game. The Razorbacks 59, Purdue 57, and we're back in 60 seconds.
Phenomenal, but they've gotten inside of Arkansas's defense. Hogs 27 out of 47, 57%.
Greg Eifert will inbound the basketball for the Boilermakers. Arkansas leads at 59-57. Razorbacks pressuring the full length of the floor. Eifert can't get it in, and now a 5-second call, and the Razorbacks force the turnover. Well, Arkansas will get it back. What pressure.
What quickness. The Hogs really displayed some quickness that time. That's the 21st turnover by the Boilermakers. This one would be a good one to take advantage of.
Ricky Norton will inbound it for Arkansas. Wiping up some perspiration on the floor. 4:17 to play. Arkansas with the basketball, leading by 2 at 59-57. Norton gets it into Walker. He goes up for a shot. A whistle. He's fouled by Efert. That's 4 on Efert. And Walker's going to go to the free throw line. Darrell Walker is 1 out of 6 from the free throw line, but he hit his last one, and maybe that'll get him set on a streak.
Mike, he's not shooting with the same confidence at the foul line he was earlier this year, and confidence is a big factor in free throws.
59-57. Here's Walker's first shot. Up, rolls around, comes off, no good. He is 1 out of 7.
Well, that really hurts, Mike. This is the guy that's got to make free throws. He has shot, but he shot over 100 more free throws than anybody else on this ball club.
Walker set for the second shot. It is up, and it's good. So Walker gets 1 out of 2. He now has 18 points in the ball game. Arkansas leads by 3 at 60-57. And Purdue being pressured in the backcourt. Again, Reed double-teamed at the timeline. Walker is there, and they're going to call a block on Walker as Reed tried to sprint around him.
Well, that's a tough foul because Darrell tried to get the charge, of course, but Reed's going to go to the foul line. And again, he has murdered the Hogs at the free throw line. He's 6 out of 6.
And he'll go to shoot a 1-and-1. Remember, Purdue is in the 1-and-1. The Boilermakers have committed only 6 fouls. The next one will put Arkansas in the 1-and-1, but Purdue's been in there since the 10-minute mark of the second half. So Steve Reed, who's 6 out of 6, has 10 points in the ball game. First shot is up. It is good. Boy, he looks good at the line. 7 out of 7 now.
You know, Purdue, Cross is 1 out of 5 from the foul line all in the first half. Rowinski missed the free throw, and Reed's been at the foul line for all of Purdue's other chances.
60-58, making 60-59 as Reed hits them both.
Isn't it amazing how a guy that plays mostly on the perimeter has been the guy that Purdue's been able to get to the foul line.
4 minutes to play. Inside 4 minutes now. 3:57 to play in the ball game. Arkansas leads by a single point at 60-59. Ricky Norton to Leroy Sutton. Alvin Robertson on the right side of the floor. Gives it back out to Norton. Left side to Walker. To Robertson. Robertson inside the lane. Stop, shoots. No, a whistle, a foul. It's going to go against Bullock. That's the second on Bullock, the 17th foul, and Arkansas in the 1-and-1. But I think Alvin Robertson's going to be shooting a pair anyway as he went up for the shot when he was fouled, or was it called before he went up? They're going to say the foul was called before he went up. So with a 1-and-1, Robertson puts it up. He's good. 61-59, Arkansas by 2 now. Robertson 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. 23 points for Alvin in this ballgame. Make it 24 for Alvin Robertson.
And that's a career high, Mike. He picked a heck of a time to do it. Hope he's not through.
62-59, 3:37 to play in the ballgame. Reed across the timeline for Purdue. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to play now.
And Arkansas switches to a zone. We haven't seen the Razorbacks play a zone except on inbounds passes or inbounds plays since midseason.
Efert gets it in the cross, down low to Rowinski. Great block by Darrell Walker. The quick hands knocked it out of bounds.
Boy, it was a great play because Purdue had penetrated the Razorback zone. Rowinski was going up when Walker slapped it away.
Reed will inbound it for the Boilermakers. Gets it into Efert. Cross-court it comes to Bullock. To Reed. Down low to Rowinski. And gets the shot away. Darrell Walker there for Arkansas. Back outside it comes to Reed. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the ballgame. Bullock has it on the far right side. Right in front of the Purdue bench. Comes back to the top of the key. Gives to Reed. Left side it goes to Efert. Looking in for Cross. Can't find it. Back to Reed. Inside Rowinski. Driving for the basket. Shot up. No good. Cross with a rebound. Puts it back up and in. And Purdue has been murdered on the offensive board. 21 points for Russell Cross. And the Arkansas lead is back to 1 at 62-61 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the ballgame. Norton brings it across the timeline. Ricky Norton. And now an offensive foul called against Norton as he started to drive the right side of the floor.
Mike, that really was not a good play by Ricky Norton. He had Reed set up right in front of him. He just ran right over him.
So Purdue gets it back now, trailing by a point with 2:36 to play. Gene Katie up off the Boilermaker bench. Well, he might call for a timeout, but not so. 2.5 minutes to play. 62-61. Arkansas by a point. Reed lost the dribble. Got a bounce pass inside the cross. Back to Reed. Stolen away by Ricky Norton. To Walker. Darrell Walker down the floor. Shovels it up. It won't go, but he's fouled. Good effort by Walker as he tried to throw it in. He was fouled by Reed. That is his second, and Darrell Walker will go to the line to shoot two. And you talk about two big free throws.
Mike, you got to make free throws in this situation. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If the Razorbacks are going to go very far in the NCAA tournament, they're going to have to make free throws. Alvin Robertson's been great at the line. Walker's been horrible. Those two guys have shot all of Arkansas's free throws. So you take John Snively, Joe Klein, good foul shooters. Ricky Norton hasn't even been to the line. Walker's the one that's going to have to make some.
2 out of 8 for Darrell Walker. First shot is up. It is good. Boy, bounded in and out, got the big hop, and finally dropped through. 3 out of 9 for Walker. 63-61, a 2-point Razorback lead. Walker's second shot is good. Darrell Walker hits 2 clutch free throws. And for Walker now, that's 20 points in the ballgame. Robertson with 24 leads the way. 64-61. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the ballgame as Reed moves it into the front court. Off the Eford, stolen by Alvin Robertson. Robertson on the drive, lays it up and in. Big play by Alvin Robertson. 26 points for Robertson, a 5-point Arkansas lead. Here's Reed into the front court to Rowinski. Turnaround jumper good. Rowinski now with 12 points, and it's 66-63, a 3-point Razorback lead with 1 minute and 35 seconds to play in the ballgame. Walker into the front court. Back outside it comes to Norton. 1 minute 30 to play. To Robertson. Robertson has Bullock tried to make the steal. Gets it off to Joe Klein. To Darrell Walker. Back to Norton. Razorback spreading it all over the floor. Half-court offense. Ricky Norton. And now we're going to have a block in the backcourt against Steve Reed. And Norton is going to go to the line.
And Reed just fouled out of the game, and if nothing else, it just got Purdue's best free throw shooter out of the ball game.
Foul call number 25, Steve Reed, number 5.
All right, that is the 5th one on Steve Reed. Eddie Sutton shakes his hand. So Reed is out of the ball game with 12 points and gets an ovation, and he should from these Purdue fans.
Say, unless Arkansas gets a breakaway.
Villanova down Lamar, 60-58.
Well, Villanova beat Lamar today, 60-58. That's the other Arkansas former assistant, Pat Foster.
UCLA 55.
Utah leads UCLA by 2 with 3 minutes to go. What I was about to say is, unless Arkansas gets a breakaway off its defense or a layup off its offense, the Razorbacks probably won't try another field goal in this ball game unless they get behind. They've got to make free throws. They can really put the pressure on Purdue now because the Razorbacks are going to go into their spread offense, and if they can make free throws, they can hold off any Boilermaker charge. That's the real key now, is making the free throws. And Norton is the first Razorback besides Walker or Robertson to go to the foul line. He's made some big ones in his career.
Certainly has. Ricky Norton steps to the line with 1 minute 14 to play. Norton takes a long time, puts the shot up, it's good. Ricky Norton knocks down his first from the free throw line. Norton, of course, excellent free throw shooter, hitting 79% for the season. He has 3 points. Looking for number 4. 67-63, a 4-point Arkansas lead. Second shot is up, it is good. 5-point Razorback lead at 68-63, and now Arkansas wants a timeout. With 1 minute 14 to play in the basketball game, it's Arkansas 68 and Purdue 63. We're back in 60 seconds.
Or 3 of his last 4, and perhaps the Hogs will make them down the stretch.
Bullock inbound the basketball for Purdue. It gets it into Clausen. Clock starts running. 1 minute 10 to play. Ahead it goes to Gaddis, the freshman. Across the top of the key, moving right to left. To Clausen on the left wing. Back out it comes to Gaddis from the top of the key. He'll take the shot. It is no good. A battle for the board, and let's see. A whistle underneath, a foul against Darrell Walker, and Russell Cross will go to the line. Well, if you're going to foul somebody, that's the guy you want to go to the line, but that's the 4th personal foul on Darrell Walker as well.
And a key foul. The Hogs could have just batted the ball out. Boy, Joe Klein went up, but he had 3 Boilermakers around him. They forced A bad shot by Gaddis. He took it from out of his range. If the Hogs could board that one, you get the feeling, Mike, if Arkansas could ever get the ball with, say, a 5-point lead, they'd be in awfully good shape. But Purdue, still 57 seconds to go, and a chance to whittle away.
John Snively is coming into the ball game not because he's a good outside shooter, because he's a good free throw shooter. With 57 seconds left, Russell Cross at the line for Purdue. He is 1 out of 5. First shot is up. It's good. He's 2 out of 6.
Again,
and now
Mike,
has 22 points.
it's not how many, it's when, and Cross missed him in the first half. That's a big free throw he just made.
The guy is set. 6'10", a junior. Second shot is up. It is no good. A battle for the board, and John Snively comes out with it, and he's going to be fouled.
Boy, what a big play by John Snively. He's the guy that came down with the ball, and he's the one that got fouled. So a shrewd play by Eddie Sutton, getting Snively in the game at this point. I tell you, this is a key free throw, Mike, and I'll tell you why. Only 4 seconds expired on the play, so the Razorbacks didn't get any time killed before they got to set up their offense. So John Snively at the line with the 1-and-1, and these are crucial free throws.
Purdue has been switching players in and out very hastily here in the last 4 seconds. Eford is out of the ball game.
That was his 5th then. Who was it? Was that the foul on Mike?
Eford is out, I believe. Here's a shot by Snively. It is good. John Snively with a big free throw. He's got 5 points. Leroy Sutton is up off the Arkansas bench. He'll be checking in for the Razorbacks now. 69-64. Arkansas by 5 with 53 seconds to play. And Sutton will replace Snively after the free throw. Second shot is up. It is good. John Snively, 2 clutch free throws.
I tell you, it's platoon basketball here. He's putting Sutton in for defense, Snively for offense.
70-64, a 6-point Razorback lead with 53 seconds to play, but don't go away. This one is a long way from being over. Clausen moves it into the front court. Holds it high above his head. To Gaddis. Looking in. Can't find anybody. Clausen, he'll take the long jumper. Good. Kurt Clausen gets his first basket of the afternoon, his first 2 points. And with 40 seconds to play, Purdue wants a timeout. The score? 66. Arkansas by 4. 40 seconds to play. The Razorbacks will put it in play in the backcourt, and Purdue will press the entire length of the floor as Alvin Robertson gets set to inbound it for the Razorbacks. Robertson gets it into Joe Klein. Off to Ricky Norton. Norton fouled from behind by Gaddis.
Boy, and that only took 3 seconds. Well, I'll say one thing for Purdue. Gene Cady, a former Eddie Sutton aide, and boy, they are well coached and a smart basketball team. That one took 3 seconds for Purdue to foul.
Clausen and Rowinski back in the ball game. Eford and Craig Perry are out for Purdue. Leroy Sutton is in for the Razorbacks, replacing John Snively, and Ricky Norton gets set to go to the line for the Razorbacks. He's 2 out of 2.
We're seeing platoon basketball by both teams. On every free throw, they're shifting their offensive and defensive players into the ball game.
4-point. Arkansas leads. Norton could up it to 6 again. 37 seconds to play. First shot is up. It's good. Boy, he is cool at the line. Takes his time, a deep breath, and just lost it in the air. And Rick, 9 times out of 10 or 19 out of 20, it touches nothing but net. 5 points in the ball game for Ricky Norton. 71-66. Second shot is up. It is no good. Rebound to who? Picked up by Darrell Walker. He saves it. Arkansas has it. 32 seconds. Walker is fouled by Clausen.
One of the biggest offensive rebounds of senior Darrell Walker's career. Ricky Norton doesn't miss much. He missed that one, and Darrell Walker came out of the pack with the basketball. Now Darrell, that took 7 seconds off the clock. Darrell can just about wrap this one up if he could hit a couple.
He is 4 out of 10 from the line. Let me tell you something, Rick, and let me go on record right now saying Darrell Walker, after the TCU ball game, apologized to his teammates and the Arkansas fans for what he said lost the ball game. Darrell Walker did not lose that ball game, did not owe anybody an apology. And certainly he has come back here, and even though he missed some free throws, he has hit some clutch ones. He's hit his last 4, 5 out of his last 6, and Darrell Walker is having a great afternoon. He has 21 points, looks for 22 here, as Arkansas leads at 72-66 now with 30 seconds to play. Second shot by Walker is good. Boy, when you need him, Darrell Walker hit him this afternoon. Here's the inbound pass, stolen away by Walker, but knocked out of bounds. He came flying out of nowhere. In no time, he laps off the clock. Arkansas leads it 73-66, a 7-point Razorback advantage. Inbounds pass to Gaddis. Clausen from 30 feet. Clausen knocks it down. Holy moly. Be glad you're not playing a three-point shot in this league. Purdue calls the timeout. Now John Snively is going to check back in for the Razorbacks to replace Sutton.
And they do play a three-point play in the Big Ten, so a basket like that cuts the margin to 4. And so Arkansas gets a break there.
73-68. Arkansas leads by 5 points with 25 seconds. Rick, a sellout crowd here, 10,146 tonight. They just announced the score moments ago. I didn't get it, but it certainly got a big cheer.
Utah upset UCLA, so the Bruins are out of the NCAA. Utah upset UCLA today. I believe it said 67-61. No upsets in the Mid-East so far as Kentucky won quite easily over Miami of Ohio, 57-40, very deliberate game. Arkansas has been able to speed up the tempo of this game, has a 73-68 lead. I just got handed a note by the sports editor of the Tampa paper, Mike. We were discussing yesterday. I said, boy, you know, the big problem with this ball club all year has been missing free throws. He just handed me a note. He said, I thought you had problems with free throws. The Hogs have hit their last, or 9 of their last 10 from the foul line.
25 seconds to play in the ball game. Incidentally, Rick, George Hendrick of the St. Louis Cardinals, Dane Orridge of the Cardinals, some people out of the front office of the St. Louis Ball Club here to see the Razorbacks play this afternoon. A whistle is, that might have been on Efert. It was Efert's 5th, so we had Efert out of the ball game earlier. That foul apparently earlier was not against Efert. It is now, so he has gone to the Purdue bench along with Craig Perry, and back in Rowinski and Clausen. John Snively at the free throw line. First shot is up. It's good. Snively 3 out of 3. Snively now with 7 points. And Sutton will be checking back into the ball game for John Snively in just a few moments. 74-68. Make it 75-68 as Snively is 4 out of 4 now. And with 25 seconds to go, the Razorbacks have a 7-point lead. And Bullock gets set to put it in play. Does so to Clausen. Clock is ticking now. 20 seconds to play. Clausen gets it to Rowinski. Razorbacks will let him have the shot. Tip is missed by Purdue. Walker has the rebound, and he's going to be fouled underneath by Russell Cross. That's only the second personal foul, I believe, by Russell Cross in this ballgame. Cross.
Again, Mike, the free throws were the big difference in this basketball game. When the Hogs had to make them, they made them. They have made 11 out of their last 12 free throws, and that's enabled Arkansas to pull away. Purdue made a run, actually had a 5-point lead. Arkansas's defense took command, and now the Hogs have taken charge at the foul line.
Darrell Walker at the line with 15 seconds to play. Shot is up. It's good. Walker has hit 6 in a row and 7 of his last 8. When you need him, the guy comes through. 23 points for Walker. Second shot is up. It's no good. 76-68. 10 seconds to play. Clausen will take it from way downtown. Shot no good. Walker has the rebound. Ahead to Leroy Sutton. Sutton will lay it up and in. And that's going to put it away, of course, for the Arkansas Razorbacks. 4 points for Leroy Sutton. And Arkansas is going to win it here this afternoon by a score of 78-68. A 10-point margin for the Razorbacks. And Arkansas will go on to Knoxville, Tennessee for further action in the NCAA Mid-East Regional. Final score, Arkansas 78, Purdue 68. We'll be back in 60 seconds. A 78-68 victory over a very scrappy, a very tough team of Purdue Boilermakers here this afternoon. 78-68 is the final score. Scoring, first of all, for Purdue, Russell Cross, the big guy, leads the way. He had 22 points, 11 points in each half of the ball game. From there, the Purdue scoring pretty Will Burlenstein would say, Jim Rowinski, Steve Reed, and Jim Bullock all with 12 points. 4 points each for Greg Eifert and Kurt Clausen. 2 points for Ricky Hall. Mark Gaddis did not score. Craig Perry did not score. Dan Palambizio did not score in the ballgame for Purdue as the Boilermakers put 68 on the board. For Arkansas, Robertson with 26. Walker has 23. 12 points for Joe Klein, the only 3 in double figures. I will tell you more about the Arkansas scoring in just a moment. Rick Schaeffer has some duties he must perform as the sports information director. And Rick, if you will, give us some statistics quickly for this ball game.
Okay, Mike. Arkansas's big 3 really played well. Gerald Walker, 8 out of 13 from the field. Alvin Robertson, 10 out of 19. Joe Klein, 6 out of 7. The Hogs overall were 29 of 49 at 59%. 20 out of 29 from the free throw line, 69%. 29 out of 46 for 63% for Purdue. 10 out of 16, 63% from the foul line. 25 rebounds for Purdue, 20 for Arkansas. They closed the gap, though, in the second half. 23 turnovers by Purdue, 15 by the Razorbacks. That was a big difference in the basketball game. If Alvin Robertson and Darrell Walker aren't the best guard combination in college basketball, Purdue doesn't want to ever see them. Alvin got a career-high 26 points today, and Darrell Walker got 23 for the Razorbacks. Quite a performance by the Hogs.
49 points for the Arkansas starting backcourt of Alvin Robertson and Darrell Walker. Again, Robertson with 26 points in the ball game. That is a career high for Alvin. Darrell Walker finishes with 23, and still Walker, let's see, missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 free throws. So, and he said hit those, Walker would have finished with 30, but at any rate, Robertson with a career high 26, Walker with 23. The backcourt combo combines for 49 points against Purdue. Joe Klein finished with 12. He had 6 in each half for the Razorbacks. John Snively had 8 points. 5 points in the ball game for Ricky Norton, including 3 clutch free throws down the stretch. 4 points for Leroy Sutton on a couple of field goals. And let's see, Willie Cutts did not score. Robert Kitchen did not score. Charles Valentine did not score. Robert Brannon, Kerry Kelly, and Darrell Bedford all in the ball game, but did not score. And Arkansas wins it by a score of 78 to 68. The Razorbacks are going to advance to Knoxville, Tennessee for the next round of the NCAA Mid-East Regional. That will be next weekend, of course, Thursday and Saturday. We'll be telling you more about that in the days to come. 78-68, the final score here. That's going to do it from the Sun Dome in Tampa, Florida. We hope you enjoyed this afternoon's ball game. You'll be getting further information about the Mid-East Regional in Knoxville, Tennessee next weekend in the next day or so. So for our engineer, Randy Smith, for Rick Schaeffer, I'm Mike Nail. Again, the final, Arkansas 78, Purdue 68. Thanks for listening, and so long, everybody.